Good morning. Such a nice day outside. I thought I'd come outside to administer a small dose today. Yesterday, when I turned on my news, the anchor interchanged the word prejudice for racism. That bothered me because now is not the time to change the narrative. Racism and prejudice are two different words with two different meanings. They are not interchangeable. A lot of people don't understand that. So today, I'm going to make an attempt to explain the difference in the two words. Racism happens when a group of people decide that their race is more superior than any other race. And not only do they think or believe that they are more superior, they put programs and institutions in place to elevate themselves while keeping other ethnic groups down. So racism wields a certain power, okay? Prejudice, on the other hand, is an opinion, a belief, a value about something, person, place, thing. You may like it, not like it, because of the color, the taste, the look, the feel, the location. You just may absolutely hate it for whatever reason, but that's prejudice. The only thing you can do with prejudice maybe is to hurt somebody's feelings. It doesn't wield any power. It has no economic strength. It has no power. So when you hear people say something was reverse racism, that's a misnomer. It is impossible to have reverse racism, okay? Because the other group is not taking power from you or keeping you from having power if they've already been oppressed themselves, okay? So when you hear, and I'm going to speak for America, it's the only country I've ever lived in. When you hear white Americans accuse black Americans of reverse racism, it is impossible. You may be blocked from doing something in the black community or with black people, but it is not racism. It may be based in prejudice. I don't know. It would be situational for me to know that. But it's not racism because they've not taken any power from the white person that they have blocked from doing whatever thing it is, okay? I hope I have made that as clear as possible. If not, those of you who know how to reach me personally and privately, we can have a one-on-one conversation, but that's as far as I can go with that. But recently, because of all of the events that are happening regarding the protests that have taken place after the brutal murder of George Floyd, that many of us watched on video, a lot of discussion about racism has been taking place on social media. Most recently, I saw a discussion that was about, I think the question was asked, when was the first time you experienced racism? There were countless replies. I have seen people from every walk of life, every economic status, black people, Latino people responding to this question. More often than not, and it is heartbreaking to me, more often than not, most people's first experience with racism happened between the ages of 5 and 10 years old. Just imagine being 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years old and being asked or told that you're a nigger. By that age, most little kids have never even heard that word, don't know what it means. Imagine being that age and being told, well, I can't play with you because my mama said I can't. Yeah. Just imagine, how would you feel if your child comes home hurt, by something that some ignorant person said because they are under some belief that they are better than you because of the color of their skin. My. I can't begin to tell you the anger I felt when my children were singled out and were victims of racism. Just know that when I put on my red suit at my fashion fair and you see me approach your office, it's on and popping. It's going to be professional, but I'm going to let you know you crossed the line. I saw some posts where people were older when they first experienced it, and most of the people who experienced it at an older age were of a younger generation, and most of the people who experienced it at really young ages were a little older. So I guess that means somehow the world may be trying to move in a more positive direction. I hope and believe it. I have to have hope. We all have to have hope. I am hopeful that these protests don't stop. Even when the marching stops, I hope that the protest doesn't stop, because too often we get a pacifier and we become complacent. But this is not the time to become complacent. This is the time to keep pushing, because people are listening. There was a list put out this morning that about 50 companies are donating money in support of black programs and ending racism. Money's great. It's not everything. We need to know, what's the makeup of your company? What percentage of your leadership are minorities, specifically black Americans? We'll take your money, but we want to sit at the table. We want to make some of these decisions because we're capable. My email inbox has been filled with letters from every company I ever bought anything from, letting me know that they support the protests and Black Lives Matter. I'm not crazy. I know for these people my black life matters because my green dollars matter. Yeah. So they've learned that, hey, we got to keep this money coming in, so we need to tell these people what they need to hear. No, you need to do what we need for you to do. We need for you to hire more African Americans and put them on your boards, because I'm sure we have a lot of people who are able to sit at your table. I know for a fact we do. I have had a part-time job, a couple of them, in my younger years. I had a semester into my master's degree, which basically, for those of you who haven't been to college, means I had finished high school, I finished 4 years of college, and I had one semester of my master's degree. And I took a part-time job at a store in Montgomery, Alabama, and I want to say it was 1993. The manager of that store was an 18-year-old girl who didn't finish high school. She wore flip-flops to work, stood on one leg like a stork, chewed gum, and did nothing. And to this day, I have no idea how she got to be the manager. I just had to tune it out because I needed to get that little part-time job check until I got my job with the state. So we know that we can sit at the table, okay? But I want the protest to continue. I want us to continue to put our demands on the table. Address police brutality. I heard a suggestion made that perhaps they need to go into work with a new mindset. I'm 100% for that. They need to not have a warrior mentality, but a guardian mentality. And I remember some years ago at one of my jobs as a social worker, they told us to stop calling the people we serve clients and to start calling them families, because we serve families. And that was in hopes of changing our attitude about how we dealt with the people that we served. And I do believe it made an impact. So maybe the police forces around the nation can change how they speak about the communities that they serve, how they think about the communities that they serve. We have to continue to push, fight, but I want to give you this before I go. Please register to vote and vote. I know that there are a lot of young people out here who are saying block the black vote. And if Biden doesn't give them the platform or the things that they want, the black agenda. The black agenda is so broad because we're not monolithic. Okay? So let's be careful with the words we use when we want people to serve us. Yes, we want a seat at the table. Yes, we want a voice. But this is not the year for a protest vote. I'm just sorry. Get mad. I don't care. This is not the year for a protest vote. We have a person who lives at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue who doesn't care about you. He doesn't care about me. Truth be known, he doesn't even care about white people in America. He only cares about himself. We have got to get that guy out of the White House. But he's got to go. So please vote. Vote at your local, state, and federal levels. This is so important. Register to vote, please, and vote. Y'all be blessed. I'm going to continue to enjoy my nice day out here on the patio before the little bugs take over. Some of them are starting to come and I don't like them. So anyway, y'all be blessed and have a great day.